Good evening, guys and girls.
Hi, everyone.
Here we are. Change of plans. Just wanted to get outdoors, enjoy this great weather. What a fantastic 3 days it's been. The rain has been coming down. The people that have been needing it have been getting it. And we pray that they'll get more and more. We've had a brief stop of the rain here in Sydney, and we thought we'd come outdoors, and we're at the Bay Run, and we're watching people
get fit, vlogging,
running around. I'm just looking at people. If you could see it, guys and girls, I'm just having a look at people. Hey, Peter. Hi, everyone. Can I just ask you? I just saw a guy. See the guy there? He's got his legs shaved. What?
How can you see he's got his legs shaved?
I saw it here.
But you're weird. Like standing all the way over here. How can you see if someone has hairy legs from all the way over from meters back?
I could see it there. The guy had shaved legs.
What does that say?
I don't know. Can I ask? Do you
obviously that triggers you because you mentioned it.
Do you think guys should have their legs shaved?
I don't consider it that much. I don't have enough brain space to even think about that.
Like what?
Like if they're competing, right? And they're like in a bodybuilder competition, yeah. But otherwise, what's the point? I mean, if they like it.
Hey Rochelle, hey Lisa. Lisa, amazing work. Lisa sold 3 properties in the second week of 2019 at auction.
Yeah, cycling.
Jason York, he wasn't a cyclist.
No.
What it was a guy just there. I looked at it, and he had white legs. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal about shaving legs. Personally, I don't think guys should shave their legs. But if you are going to shave your legs, you should not have white legs that are shaved. There's something not right about it. I don't know what it is, right? If you want to shave, let me put this leg up here because it's getting sore.
Whoa.
Sorry.
We're giving people a screen of the view.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. What I'm getting at, that's all right, Susan. What I'm getting at is this. What I'm getting at is shave your chest. Okay, you got a 6-pack. You want to show your pecs, like Matt Pilios, right? He's got abs and he's got, a big chest muscles. You can shave those. And I don't even know if Matt Pilios shaves, right? But you can shave those because you want to highlight them. But there's something to me that is not the way it's supposed to be. A guy, all right, cyclists. Why do cyclists shave their legs?
It's functional because if they fall and they injure themselves, the blood can you can cause infection because the leg hair can infuse with the blood and cause infection. So it's a highly functional reason to shave your legs. The other one, so what are you saying? Bring the guy back so you can tell him off.
Susan, I don't think that's the reason. I think the reason is that when they scrape their legs.
If you're a cyclist, let me know. Let me know if that's
when they scrape their legs, that they're not going to have, a bandage that's going to give them the pain of waxing. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think it is. Because I know whenever I've had treatment in the past and I've got hair on my arms, one of the things that hurts, apart from the injection going in and apart from the bloody side effects of it all, is when they pull the bandages off.
Cyclists go faster with shaved legs.
Cyclists do not go faster with shaved legs. I do not believe that. But the point, anyway, we're getting off track.
What helps them look good, so they shave their legs and psychologically helps them go faster?
Personally, I think that if you're going to shave your chest. The guy that I was doing the conference in Hobart for Mortgage Choice that won the push-ups, he was from Nowra. He had a hairy back. All right, if you've got a hairy back, go there, get it done, sort it out, okay? Because even at the beach, I see people with hairy backs, but there's something that I look at it and I can't work it out. When I look at a guy that's got white legs, and also when there's a big tattoo on the white legs, shaved legs, there's something not right. And I don't want to...
I think this is... Tom,
Susan, anyway, guys and girls...
What's the relationship you have with your mother? Is this triggering something with your mother? Perhaps.
What a beautiful night. I'll take that as a comment.
As a comment.
So, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, for many people, this is your last week and you're going back to work tomorrow. Steve Georgiakis just says, does Vlad shave his legs? Well, Steve, every time he's come to my studio, he's wearing a suit. I don't know. Anyway, and there's Giuseppe. Giuseppe's on. one of the brainiest legal people in Australasia. This guy apparently, and I know him, but I don't know him on a professional basis, but apparently this is the guy. If you're down and out, if you just lost the plot, Susan, and you did a murder, right? And you've got to make one phone call, you call Giuseppe, right? Remember that. It might become useful. You just get a brain explosion, and you get like in the movie. Hey, by the way, I saw a show called Don't Fuck with the Cats, or Don't Fuck with Cats, and I've got to tell you, I've seen 3 great shows on Netflix over the last 48 hours, Susan. That one was one of them. The second one was the mind of Aaron Hernandez, who was a football player, Susan, that had just signed a $40 million contract in the US playing for the New England Patriots. And it was weird. Like, he's got everything going for it, but he would kill people. And what it was, it appears, though I've got to do more research into it, he had a struggle with his sexuality. And he had a struggle with his sexuality, and he was always angry because he was brought up in NFL where it was not acceptable, like it's not acceptable still in many sports or in many cultures, to come out of the closet. And he was really angry, and he carried that anger with him. So people are complicated. They do things for the randomest reasons. One of them there was anger. Anyway, cut a long story short, Susan.
So just goes to show, inner peace is the highest virtue, one of the highest virtues. Strive
100%.
for that over money and reputation.
100%. If you had the choice of borrowing money and getting yourself a Lamborghini and being stretched to have to work 100 hours a week to pay for it, or don't drive a Lamborghini, don't be stretched to work the 100 hours and have peace, pick peace. Because never forget it, there's a group of people in this world that what they do is they buy things that they don't need to impress people they don't care about and have to work jobs they hate to pay for it. Never forget that. Alrighty. So
and someone has just said I was correct on the leg thing.
So Susan was correct on the leg things.
It's functional.
Okay. So Susan, welcome to tonight's rant.
Thank you.
Tonight we're going to cover 5 things that you can do to devastate your competitors at a listing. But before we do that, you've been pretty excited because Eminem has dropped another single.
An
album 2 days ago. Eminem dropped an album 2 days ago. And when that happens, Susan gets excited. She gets giggly and she gets excited. It's like something special's happened.
It's like the sun's
out. And she gets inspired. And what she does then is she goes off and here comes a boat. Here comes a boat behind us. And what she does is she writes
raps.
She writes raps. And we have got a few raps for some of our regular listeners on the Sunday Night Rant. May you please put your hands together. Give it up
I don't know if they're here, so I don't know if...
It doesn't matter if they're here because they'll watch it on replay if they're not here. And if not, we'll text them and tell them that they've got to go and listen to it.
Okay.
Alrighty. So guys and girls, here it goes.
Here it
the
goes.
one and only Susan Zen, inspired by Eminem. Eminem. Hi guys.
Hi guys, how you going? Well, this one's for Maddie Steinway. So maybe Maddie usually watches on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, firstly, I gotta do an overdue shout out to my followers: George, Keenan, Byron, and Byron Tomatidis. They're Greek. Is that how you pronounce it?
Tomatidis.
Tomatidis from Jen Fish in Melbourne. Hi guys.
Hi.
It's a Greek shout out. Okay, so this first rap is for Maddie. I've never rapped in public before. So Maddie Steinway, you got the fitness of a superhero in Marvel. You got the fitness of a superhero in a Marvel movie. And everybody's got a superfood. And yours is broccoli. Maddie, I've got a gift for you. It's a 31-minute movement part 2. Here are things that people can do in 31 minutes. Are you ready? They can boil an egg, make their bed, brush their teeth, clear out their feeds, make one phone call, play a low wall, make a cake, rewind a tape, Go out for coffee. Do admin work whilst being sloppy. Milk a cow for its dairy. And we love you, Mac, and you're legendary.
Guys and girls, that was Susan with our first rap of the night for Matt Steinway. And by the way, guys and girls, Matt Steinway has been so kind. He is one of my closest mates, one of the people I've had a 25-year history with him. And Matt has been kind enough to give me his whole 9-part, I think it's 10-part negotiation course that I am going to be releasing to my gym members, and they are going to get that free of charge. He has released his 10-part negotiation course, negotiating with buyers, negotiating with sellers, and that is going to be given to our real estate gym members as a structured learning development program in the gym. Susan, let's move on to wrap number 2.
Wrap number 2 is for Imogen, who is the media brand specialist. Imogen Callister, you've done web, and everybody loves Imogen. So, Imogen Callister, you're telling agents to go on... Sorry, okay, let me get this straight. Imogen, you're telling agents to go onto social media to upload their faces with their image on, so they can become an attraction agent and get views of 1 billion. I don't know if you can hear me with this. Okay, keep going.
That's good.
There's someone you left an impression on, the Sliders, but it's not shoes. It's the #1 agent in the world, Dick Slider. Now we're getting excited because you're his social media consultant, and that makes you even more important. You used to be a media reporter, and now you help agents win listings so their online profiles isn't being slaughtered. Hit her up, Imogen Callister. Yep. Now,
hang on a second. Did that rhyme?
Yeah, it did rhyme. Image on. Get an image on. Upload faces with the image on. Right? You could be hit with the impressions of 1 billion. Image on, billion. Sliders. We've got, and then
you said
excited.
reporter and slaughter.
Yeah, reporter and slaughter. She used to be a reporter.
This third one you're going to do. You've warmed up, right?
I've warmed up.
And I want you to do it with the rap thing. Just getting to the mind of Eminem now. Come in there, right? Just do it. They're not judging you.
No. Well, that's why I'm doing this. So I'm not scared. Okay. Who's the next one? Imogen is a star. Yes, she is, Deborah. And the next one is for Vlad, my cousin Vlad.
My cousin Vlad.
Vlad, this is, if you're watching, this is a message from John the Ford to you.
Come on.
I'm coming on. Okay. So this is a message from John the Ford. My cousin Vlad, you can't hide from me. I see the real you. You can't conceal the truth, hiding behind those tinted glasses, because I think your pupils are getting cornier. And here's the truth. I'm offering you a truce. I don't want to go against you with listings no more. It's insane. We'll both die. Because even to the untrained human eye, we're the same, you and I. Here are some examples why. Whilst you sit in the sun and marinate, I'm in the house eating carrot cake. You're slipping on turmeric lattes. I'm sitting on vendor heartaches. You're shredded beyond belief. I've just done cleaning my teeth. And you're a lone wolf. I'm like a domestically challenged husky. You with me? Come and join me in my office, and you can drive in with your Audi. And that's a wrap. So that's a message from John the Ford to cousin Vlad.
From John the Ford to my cousin Vlad. Susan, I can't help it. As you're doing this and I'm looking at people, like if you could see, we've got girls and guys that are walking and running around the Bay Run. This Bay Run is 7 kilometres, right? And I'm watching it, and I'm watching people walk by and run, and while I'm listening to your great raps, can I ask you, like, is it me, or have you noticed that girls' bums are getting bigger?
They do. It's the glutes. It's the workouts.
Like, and trust me, this is not me coming across being like a weirdo, being a pervert. I've just been thinking about it. I actually think girls are trying to get bigger bums
because of the Kim Kardashians.
Like, it only felt like a few years ago, girls would put their tracksuits, they tie their tracksuit around their waist to hide their bum because they thought their bum was too big. Well, now it's like fucking, I shouldn't swear. Now it's like, hey, look at this. Look how big it is, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
There's 2 things. The first thing is people are getting fitter. So they're going to gyms, they're doing their deadlifts, they're doing their squats, they're getting fitter. So obviously it's something that they're striving towards. And so when you get fitter and you do more running, your bum gets bigger. So it's just the hip muscles, and also it's
But
a
they
lot
were
of it is
still
image.
they were doing things to lose their bum. Now
Yeah.
they're doing things to get a bigger bum.
Yeah, well, a lot of it is from the Kim K Kardashian inspiration and all these other people on Instagram.
You know, apparently in the 20s or 1910, being overweight was sexy.
Well, it's not so. Well, it's clearly changed, hasn't it?
Well, it hasn't been for years now. It's been. Anyway, Susan, let's move
Yes.
on to the next rant, to the next rap.
That's it. I've got those were 3 raps.
Guys and girls, a big
Imogen,
round of applause.
Blood,
Give us a
Lady
big
Skywade.
thumbs up. And well done, Susan.
Thank you, not bad. Eminem's album is out. It's called Music to Be Murdered. You can listen to it and download it. So you don't listen to any of this rubbish. You can listen to real rap music.
Alrighty. Now, Susan, there we go. We put that there. Leave that there.
Leave that there.
That's all right. Oops.
Just leave that there.
Okay. Yeah, just put that down there. And here's your phone.
Thank you.
And guys and girls, what I'm going to do is, let's move in. I'm going to try and do this in 10 minutes, guys and girls. And by the way, Susan, did we get a list of those events?
Yes, we did. They're in there.
They're in here?
They're in there.
Okay. Guys and girls, very, very quickly, I'm about to move into the 5 things that are going to devastate your competitors. But before I do that, I'm pleased to let you know, that's fine, don't touch. I'm pleased to let you know the following. Number 1, the kickstarts are in Sydney. It is sold out. This is not some scarcity trick. This is not me trying to sort of say, oh, we're going to release some more tickets. It is sold out. No more tickets. And I'm letting you know that we are pretty much going to sell out every event. Why are we going to do that? Because real estate gym members were getting it at a price that was unbelievable, $39. Non-real estate gym members were getting it at $199. But what happened is people know that the amount of content that they're going to get in those half-day events meant that they know that when Panos puts an event on, he doesn't sit there and say, hey, the good stuff you've got to pay extra for. No, we give you all the information there, and what I've done is I went and got people, not the ones that we hear over and over again, some people that are going off and getting incredible sales. Chris Gilmore, amazing, one of the best. Tara Takola, a kid at 4 years of age, a kid at 2 years of age, riding $1 million. Jason Adcock, BP, Quiet Achiever, top end in Brisbane, one of the best in the country. When I go around and I look at South Australia, Angelo Nicholas, 150 sales, a young guy who's number 1 for Harris Real Estate. Cynthia Sekonogic, I've said it wrong, but she is a long-term $1 million agent. I don't know why we've never seen her on the speaker circuit. Kate Smith, I think she does nearly 200 sales a year, Susan, in Adelaide. Then we move on in Sydney. The great Lisa Novak's going to show you the equipment. There's no point talking about Sydney because Sydney sold out. So then we turn around in Melbourne, which is nearly sold out. Shari, Marty Fox, Nicole Gleason, Matt Pilios. Then we turn around in Western Australia. We've got Shane Beaumont, Sean Hughes, Vivian Yap, Susan. You're going to put it in the comments, and letting you know we've also got Auckland, and Auckland is on
31st of January.
31st of January.
And also we have a surprise
They can't
guest.
hear you, Susan.
Yes, they can. They can hear me through the microphone. We have a surprise guest at our Sydney event. When you find out who the surprise guest is, it will blow your mind. I'm really excited to see that.
Alrighty, she's on a roll. She got excited, can't help herself. Okay, so guys and girls, let's move on. Susan, you'll put the link in the comments. The link will be in the comments. And by the way, guys and girls, join the real estate gym so you can actually get the cheaper ticket prices. And I'm letting you know, real estate gym members in other cities that aren't in their core city, I will be getting you the content of all the other events given to you. That's right. The events that are not in your city, I will be providing you all the content by video. So guys and girls, let's move on and talk about the 5 things that are going to devastate your competitors at a listing presentation. Well, firstly, let me tell you, the number 1 core strategy, right, which is not in the top 5, but the number 1 core strategy, yes, Brisbane, we are in Brisbane, Chris Gilmore, Tara, and Jason Adcock, right, and Perth, and everywhere. Anyway, The number one, your USP, your unique selling proposition is the following. Listen to me carefully. It is to outwork the competition. Get in early, work harder, stay later. Right? In the early stages, you don't have to be good. You've just got to be there. As time goes by, you can be less there because you'll be more good. What is world class? What is mastery? What is epic level? Being good and being there. But in the early stages, guys and girls, listen to me very carefully. You've just got to be there. Outwork the competition. But let's move in. What are 5 things that you can do at a listing presentation to destroy, devastate your competitors? Number one, what you do is have on a piece of paper or a spreadsheet the 7 people of your current database that you believe are the most qualified to buy that property. And what do? You highlight their names. And what you do is you put it down in front of the vendors at the dining room table, and you say to the vendors, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, before we go put a signboard up, before I ask you to invest in any marketing, before we create any stress for you, what I'd like to do is let you know one of the core reasons that people list with us is we have the most robust data capture system of the best buyers. And what we clearly know is when we get a new listing, the first thing we do is we approach them because these buyers are emotional as they've previously missed out on other property. And what we do is we create a buyer introduction meeting with them. And what we do is if we sell to them, it is a low stress sale that will cost you 0 in marketing. If one of these people buy it, you move on, and you move on to your next move with very little stress and very little cost. However, if it's not sold to one of them, we then sit down and we have a strategy meeting where we talk about a broader marketing campaign, which is our phase 2 campaign. So what you do is you sign the people up without putting too many barriers. That is the first competitor destroyer, because I can tell you, if you are losing listings to a specific agent, there's a good chance that they've mastered this narrative. Number two is this. In the real estate gym, there is a template called the guarantee of sale. And what the guarantee of sale does, it is allows a vendor to rescind their agency agreement if you don't carry out certain activities that you've said. And they do have to give you notice and allow you the opportunity to correct those. But the fact that there's a form that is signed by you that basically says, hey, if you end up getting stuck with a dud, you can leave me. Safety sells. Daniel Kahneman said it. Safety sells. Safety sells. People will do anything for safety. Number 3, and by the way, that's in the real estate gym. The whole guarantee is there. Number 3 is this. Have videos of the last 6 people you've sold a property for on your mobile phone, and have them next to each other, a little bit like, let's just call it a collage. Is that what you say it? But I just think you pull out your mobile, a 30-second video, maybe 15-second of your last 6 sellers and say, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, I could sit here telling you why you should list with me, but before I do that, what I'd like to do is just show you the last 6 people that sold and what they said. Raw and real. It works on your phone. Now, I was talking to Tony Jane, and right now there is a number of projectors that what they do is that they copy screens off your mobile and they stream it up on a wall. They're very small, portable. Some of them are the size of just a little bit bigger than a mobile phone, and you can actually Bluetooth that to your phone and you can screen whatever's on your phone up against a wall. This is next level, guys and girls. This is basically these new powerful projectors that are portable, that actually Bluetooth to phones. Number four is this. It's called the Competitor Destroyer. In the real estate gym, there is a form that is called the Competitor Destroyer, and what it is it says, here are 11 things you must ask your agent before you appoint them. And what these things do is actually surprise the other agent because they're not prepared for them. Some of the things that are in there are like this. Can you tell me what your list to sell ratio is? Can you provide me the names and numbers and emails of the last 10 people that sold? Will you guarantee me that only you will be doing my open for inspections and having all the inquiries handled by you and not by a junior assistant? You see, what the Competitor Destroyer does is you create it. I've got all the information there, but you can take some in and add others in to suit your business. So if you've got a competitor, for instance, guys, basically does a high turnover. Connection available. Does a high turnover. And the way that they do it is by having a big team. You use that as a weakness and say, will the agent guarantee you that they will be doing all the opens? They'll be doing all the inquiry. They'll be talking with all the buyers. They'll be having every conversation with you, right? So what you're doing is you've got to work your strengths and you've got to expose the weaknesses of competitors. Alternatively, if you are the dominant agent that has got a high turnover, what do? In front of the vendor, you pull out your mobile phone or your iPad, go to the sold section on your suburb, and what it does is it brings up the agents on who is the top agent in the market at the moment. So you use that as your strength. And I've got to tell you, that's compelling. If you go in there, for instance, to a suburb where, you're the dominant agent and you come up as number one, you use that as your strength. What you're always trying to do is use your strengths and highlight competitors' weaknesses. And you're magnifying them. So guys and girls, they're the 5 things. As I said to you, in the real estate gym, we've got the guarantee, we've got the Competitor Destroyer in there, and I'm going to let you know, fundamentally, there are 5 reasons why people will list with you. Here they are. Here are the 5 reasons people will list with you. Number one, because they felt you listened to them. Number 2, they felt you understood their problem. Number 3, they feel you can solve their problem. Number 4, they like you. And number 5, they trust you. They're the 5 reasons why someone will list with you. And I'm letting you know, you could have the first 4, but if you don't have the 5th, which is trust, you're gone. Because when there's trust in the relationship, everything becomes negotiable. And the game that we live in 2020 basically says that there is an opportunity to build trust way before the listing presentation. Everything you're doing is either building trust with you or trust against you leading up to that presentation. Guys and girls, Susan, do us a favor, put the link for the real estate gym in there. The real estate gym is $65 a month or $620 a year. And I've got to say to you, between that and Kickstart, you've got your education and training set for 2020. And that, my friends, is costing you, real estate gym and Kickstart is costing you less than $700 a year, Aussie dollars, or around $2 a day. Guys and girls, 2020, let's go for it. Susan, thank you so much for your great rap.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you in person over the next month in a city near you. Signing off.